In an hour and a half I work out, so only for that month. But thank you for subbing. I'm sorry, like if I sounded insincere. I was just like locked into the match, but I was like, oh, what's up? Thank you. It was good playing with you. I think it was you, right, Wolfgang, the other day? Yeah. Yeah, I was locked in. Okay. Sorry, I had a good weekend. I had a good little weekend. It was hot, but you got to walk around. There was like a sale. There was like a sale on this street. Like the whole street, all the stores were like had stuff on sale. And I went to a store that had like athletic wear. And I was like, oh, these pants that are normally $25 are $12. And then I went to checkout and they were like, actually, we also do a 50% because of like the official like sale week on the street. So you get another 50% off. I was like, oh! So I got like a really good deal on that and like a little sports top. So got my workout gear. Oh, good luck on your final, on your last break, on your last stretch of the workday. Yes. No, I had a good little weekend. I've been like looking at buying like clothes for the cold because it doesn't get below freezing here. But when I travel later in the year, it will get below freezing, and I'm not ready for that. Not with my wardrobe, anyways. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, today I am. Wait, did I start? Okay, I did start on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. I will be rigging murmurvt commissioned me on VGen, so thank you. What? Murmur. Is it underscore? Might be underscore VT. But it's like a little opossum mascot, and I got permission from the forum that I can stream it, I believe. So, oh shoot! No! Cancel. I'm not raid. Shout out. Yes, but it was a really good deal. I was like, everything the store was I wanted to buy everything. I wanted to buy everything in that store, but I tried on like I tried the pairs of pants that were on sale. The reason like stuff is on sale though, sometimes it's like, oh, well, we only have these sizes available. And I tried they had a large and a medium of the thing I wanted. The medium didn't fit so good. Like it fit, but you know, I was like, if this ever shrinks or like gets slightly uncomfortable, it's just gonna get worse from here on out. So I was like, I will opt in for a large. And I tried the other thing that was a large, but it was like it was like a light purple piece of clothing, and I was like, it didn't look good on me. So I was like, okay, guess I can't do this one. But that one would have been like $6 if I bought it. So I was thinking about chasing deals, but then I was like, no, I don't want to be wasting, you know, be a waste in the environment like that. I also there's some really cute like summer dresses, but they all did not fit me from the rack because there's a lot of mediums and smalls. So I was like, I can't wear this. Purple can be hard, yeah. So it made my legs look really big. So I was like, I don't like this. And it like with light colors and like leggings, I think it does like show your muscle definition a bit more. And I was like, what's the right word for it? It's not that I'm not proud of how my legs look, but I just don't want like that much of my body's outline being shown if I'm wearing it in public, you know? Like I think that's like really it. Anyways, let's get to rigging. I have an hour that I can rig, I think. Unbothered. Made you so self-conscious? No. I just don't want everyone seeing my ass like that. I think it was like it. I don't know. Is that self-conscious? I guess that is self-conscious. I don't know. I was just like, very weird. All right. Let me get some music up in this. Bye, gang. But yeah, it's just something weird. Like you just look a little weird. Certain outfits. Hold on, summer. Do I want that sun hat? I don't think I want that hat today. I think I'm feeling. I'm feeling. Maybe the yeah, the sunflower. Okay. Cute. I guess. You think I'm cute? Yeah. I need to learn how to use my toggles more. I'm cute. I need like the kita. The sparkly. There's a way to bind sound effects on OBS now. So I know OBS on VTube Studio. I should learn how to do that. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't make this one. I drew neither of these models. I didn't have any rig on this cute one, but I'm gonna be rigging murmur. Let me see. Sparkle anime sound effect. I don't know if you guys can hear this too. That's the one. YouTube to MP3, Reddit. There's a Reddit thread where someone was like, I made my own YouTube to MP3 browser. And it's totally safe. Hold on, let me do this. So every time I play the sound effect, it'll, because I had two ways of activating it, and it's like a keybind just for like an animation, and there's one where it's like a loop. A moment, please. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Sadly, my break is over. Thank you, Wolfgang. Good luck. You got it. Jayo. Thank you. All right. How do I set this up in VTube Studio? How in the world? Hold on. How in the world? Okay. I've seen it in the settings before. Sound effects. Config. Parameter sound triggers. Customize model. Oh! Sound trigger. Sparkle. Wait, how do I set the parameter for this? Oh! Interesting. Okay, sound file. Uh-oh. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Streaming assets. I don't know where to load the sounds, actually. How do I do this? Okay, how to load sound VTube Studio. How to load sound VTube Studio.
Like we did for this game. I mean, there are a couple mods in this game, but it was just for naming these things. What I mean is like a real game changer.
Is it specific to like a model file? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I should have set this up like well before. All right. So if I hit it, if I don't hear it. I don't hear it though. You guys don't hear it, right? Um Whoa, scary. Me? I'm scary? Config? VBond. Okay, hold on. Why can't I hear it? I'm not scary. Oh. Well, I hear that. Hold on. Is it cause spout? Does spout not have a sound output? Um. Hi, Prancy Pod. Um. What if I do this? Okay, hold on. Oh, you guys hear that one, right? Right, that boom, boom. Like you hear that? Yes. Okay, so why? Oh my God, there's so many conditions. It should just play. Sparkle. Sushi, thank you for the 38 months. Welcome back. That's a sound effect. But I'm trying to get it to play when this is at 1. Okay, let me try again. It's not playing though. Hold on. Bass volume, reverse, play sound in reverse. Um, Okay. Well, I know it's reading it. Trigger when in range. Value trigger 1. I feel like, I mean, this is... Okay. Oh, it's stupid. Should we slow it down? I think there's an option to like, yay. Yay. I like these too. This is what I want. I know like there was a plugin that was like separate from it, but now it's just built into the thing, which is good. Can I slow it down? No. Speed, pitch, speed. Oh, I broke it. Okay, one more. Okay. Yeah! All right, cool. So I can just get scared. I can get jump scared now every time I hit that button. Anyways, let's get some music. Yeah, yatta, yeah. I think I used to have like a Twitch integrated throwing system. And I think it'd be fun to have like custom. I think you could customize audio before for that one. Hey, Han, can I link a cool safe work art? Yeah, you can ping me on Blue Sky. I'm fine with that. Ping me on Blue Sky. I can't get too distracted on the stream. On Blue Sky. Okay, I'll click it once, but no one's allowed to send me anything. Oh my god, is a Gundam. Pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. No, you should ping me randomly on stuff. It's okay. Yeah, people are always allowed to at me. I'm just if I get a bunch during the day though, or like within a week though, I might be like, I need a little break from social media. I just need to chill. Nothing personal ever. If it does happen, I'm just like, I'm a complicated person. All right, let me focus on this. Murmur. Okay. I hope you guys are good though. And watch out, Big Hand, there's something scary behind you. Hi, 9-volt. Yeah, there's a possum. An opossum. I got interesting notes on this rig. I am doing like a hierarchy stuff, but I'm thinking I should just do meshing today. Yeah, I hated what you guys posted. Possum, is it possum? It's an opossum, right? Is possum, a possum and a possum are the same thing, right? A possum. Oh, and opossum. They're both the words. Oh. Possum? Opossum is the right... Then why do you put an O there? Why Arkansas, but no Arkansas? Explain, America. It's like my all-time favorite video. Oh, Kansas, I'm gonna have a meltdown. I should have walked outside today, but I didn't. But was it for good reason? I cannot say. I was being a little rat today and like trying to get info on a vague post because I was like, what's going on? What's happening over here? Because like I do care about people, but it's also like none of my freaking business. Like if someone's like, hey, this thing happened. But I was just like, I want to know what happened. I want to know who's behind this. But like legally the person can't like talk about it. So I was like, okay. Vague yeah, it was vague posting. I was like, oh. But it wasn't like well, I think it classifies as beyond T. It classifies as beyond T, and I'm not gonna talk about it because it's like it's a person's own like story. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But it's someone is owed a large amounts of money. Someone got a lot of money stolen from them. Was a T, and I was like, brother, that sucks. That fucking sucks. Yeah, none of my freaking business though. Like, despite that, I was like, oh, that's not good. And that's all I can say about it. Because it was that, and then like the other week it was like, the other thing was like, I think I was like looking at was like the Novel Horizon stuff, which I think I was gonna talk about on social, and I was like, no, I will not invoke that on people too. I'm learning to keep my mouth shut, and it's not because I'm like, oh, someone will talk to me. I mean, it's partially that, but I'm just like, I don't need to be like, well, I know this and I don't know that, because I don't like, despite like having the proper knowledge on a topic, I don't like giving my 2 cents on a situation that I don't know 100% about. Oh, hello. Yeah, I feel bad for everyone that affected, but not my stickers and monkeys. Yeah. I mean, I was like, because it's like, I have been like, in my past careers, I have loosely been like, adjacent to like manufacturing. I mean, anyone who does Artist Alley is, I'll say that. But I was just like, figure production. I made like a small tweet. I was like, okay, well, that situation sucks. But every time someone on stream asks me when will big hand figures happen, I say never, because I know that shit is expensive. And I was about to like, I was about to deep dive and be like, well, yeah, twirling my hair. Well, figurines are expensive because the mold costs a lot of money. I think Floor got into that though. And I was like, oh yeah, I understand this. Yeah, molds for figurines. Okay, so you can make garage molds. One of the ways I made molds before, this would be a good stream topic. All I say is that looking at NH, I'm surprised that their business model revolved around figure production and plushie production with two things with tiny ass margins. Yeah, plush can be complicated too. The amount of prototyping that goes behind plush making is also like pretty crazy. Even watching like Big Ham plush get made, because I got a cut of it, but it wasn't that big. Like I think like the margin for like selling stickers and those type of things is better than plush usually. But like I wanted Big Hand plush to be made, so it's just like it happened. So yeah, you supplement that like with like other avenues, right? Also, hi X4R2. When I posted the 3D prints, I always wanted big hand figurines, but you understand. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the 3D print. Well, 3D printing is a different thing. Well, number one with 3D printing, resin can be cheap. So the 3D prints that I have of the big ham stuff, or the hamster with cheese, that one, I have several mutuals who own 3D printers, and I was like, I shared my work like on their Discord, and they're like, oh, so-and-so has a printer if you want to just get a bunch of them done. And I was like, yeah, but I wouldn't want to like be like, hey, print more for me because I want to sell this big ham stuff. The resin amount wasn't that bad ultimately, like for the amount they were able to put out, but it takes time in their day to do that stuff. So I was just like, I think it's cool to have as a little thing. I gave some away to like some buddies. I mailed to some buddies before, and it was nice, but yeah. But I did provide an STL file. I do have an STL file of that cheese hamster. For people who are subscribed, there's a channel on my Discord with that stuff. So if people want, they can print their own. Resin printing is the opposite of injection molding. The 3D volume you try to get out of resin 3D printing, it becomes cost prohibitive. Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna get into that. I know we're gonna get ads. I'm gonna snooze ads for a second. So yeah, because I was gonna talk about it, my experience with doing figure stuff. Because once upon a time, I was like, hey, I made the hand cake 3D model. A lot of you who are like regulars have heard this story. But I was like, hey, I want to get into doing this stuff. I see some people building building molds from Lego pieces. Like they make the molds for their resin like by pouring it into a casing that is made from Legos. And I was like, oh cool, let me try that out. So I bought because I used Smoothcast in the past for some cosplay stuff, and I was like, cool, I can do this. So I tried it out. Several things. In the first times that I used it, no allergic reaction, nothing like that, but I did not use proper protection for my hands. So somewhere along the way, I think some stuff changed about my skin that is like irreversible, and that kind of sucks. I'm not saying like I burned a hole in my hand, but it's like, I think my body developed an allergy toward that because when I went to make the hand cakes, right? I don't know, like when you're younger, like don't have a lot of money to begin with, you cheap out on stuff and you're like, oh yeah, respiration, it's okay, I'll hold my breath. But I think for especially if you use Smoothcast, I'll give this as a warning, like get a respirator, like cover your hands fully, because in the two other times that I used it, and like last times that I used it, I made the molds of the hamster. They turned out great, by the way. So I made the rubber mold wasn't the issue. But when you mix A to B component, like resin type stuff, for me, my skin gets a reaction where it was like hives. But it wasn't, at first I thought it was just my hands, but no, like, I got hives on my face too. And at first I was like, oh, it'll go away over time. It did, but it took like a really long time, like over a month, that I just had like painful hives on my face, like made my skin really dry. And the second time it happened, I went to doctor and I was like, I want an ointment for this. And it healed a bit faster, but not much faster. But yeah, I got to meet an online friend for the first time and my face was like all broken out in hives and fucked up looking. And like, it's the ugliest I've felt in my life. Like straight up, I was like, holy moly, I want to cry. But it went away over time. But it just, I know some people are like, hey, maybe try, there's stuff that is like, you know, resin that is allergy friendly. And I just mentally don't want to have to go through that again. I was just like, I can't, like, I know like I can just test it, but I don't know. It's a test on like my whole skin. So the only option I have is if I go through a manufacturer. It's one of my biggest beefs with 3D print influencers. They barely talk about proper PPE. This wasn't even 3D printing yet, though. I know, like, there, like 3D printing has like its own things too. Like, you need to have that shit ventilated. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty cheap though. Like, I think like in terms of production. You can run it out of your garage. I knew a girl who ran like their figure like stuff like out of their garage, and they do like pretty well. But they have like professional grade stuff, like a whole kiln to make sure like everything like there's no bubbles in the molds, because that can happen too. I had a bunch of them like ended up not being okay, in terms of like quality. But it can be run from like a logistics of like at home, but you just have to be like really careful with what you use. But yeah, so this is where like going to a manufacturer comes in and like, hey, I want to get this figure done. And if you have a simple shape, I think you can output like just a mold without any separation. You know how like anime figures have like, you know, all the frills and stuff? Those are like multiple outputs, like that are laid out on a flat like surface. So like there's like, you have to make keys for that shit. You have to make keys for like the leg, where the skirt's gonna be, and it gets glued together. And part of separation for that stuff is done also so that the factorer and manufacturing can like do the printing on the pieces necessary proper or paint it proper. So that part's a bit expensive too, right? You know, like having to separate and account for that, how many pieces they're gonna have to go individually and paint and then glue together. Most of the stuff I've made has been like a single mold, so it's just like oh hey, it's this little figure, and it's a pancake. That one's like pretty simple. I only had to make like a half mold for that. I'll get into that, Kajiko. I know you're posting, but like you're getting ahead of like what I want to talk about. So I'm not gonna read your stuff until I'm done. Yeah, so like you can do the factory process through China. Right, it's okay. I'm just like, I'm explaining it. You're spoiling it. But most people go to factories like overseas because it's like they have the equipment for it. When people do like pins and stuff too, I think those require molds as well for resin pins and stuff. But it is a lot of back and forth at the factory. The base molds for stuff. Depending on the intricacy of stuff, I've seen like molds for my own work stuff be like worth $25K. Just the factory mold alone for like the project be $25K, and that's like with like multiple outputs. It was for a more complicated piece, but at the same time, it's just like shit's expensive. I think is like what I'm trying to get at. It gets freaking expensive. And I mean the reason like big companies are able to like carry through with it is because they have funding from like other stuff or like those type of things, so they're able to carry those projects like that. For an individual VTuber or a company that like takes like requests for individual VTubers, that's a lot of risk to take. So it's cool because there have been some people who have been able to pull it off well. I think I saw Layla typing on. Layla Lazar does like 3D work and stuff, and I think was running her their business like out of like New Zealand, and like they did run into like some rough bumps along the road, I guess. So like, but they were able to still like fulfill their requests, but their business did have to like take a hit in some way. So like the way I'm seeing it sometimes too is like, oh, maybe Novel Horizon, they dipped their hands into too many like individual projects or promised too many things to too many VTubers and aren't like taking accountability. So that's why I'm like, I have nothing else to say on it except just like, well, that sucks. That really sucks. And I hope the people who like, are tied up in that are compensated. And if like the people who like, at least the product is delivered to the people who paid. But I don't think it's gonna happen, and it's like really sad. But it makes me sad because I'm just like I guess I can't even be like, oh, be careful with who you sponsor with, because you never know. Like sometimes someone like a company may be good for like a few years and then like they might not do well, or they might mess up somewhere, like leadership changes or something. A lot of things can happen. You design a mold. You worked for a company you worked for all back, and it was like $8K to get it milled. Yeah, milled. Yeah, it's like it's no joke. I think $8K is like on the lower side too, but it's just like, dude. But yeah, it's like unless they're selling like huge quantities, it's like getting stuff custom made, like or special custom figure made is hard unless like someone's like 3D printing it and doing like a limited run, is the way I see it. So let me go back and scroll up. Kajiko, you good? I think I didn't have much else to say. I was just kind of like, yeah, shit's expensive, but yeah, like you have to go through factory, you have to go through communication to get all that stuff done. And like some of the print might not turn out good depending on who's like handling the project too. Yeah, so Kajiko said you can order resin casting from factories too in China, and it's pretty affordable. It's the cleaning, assembly, and painting that starts costing money. Well, but it's affordable. I mean, that's the thing. Like the factors you're using were from China, and like the mold still ended up being like 25K. But because we were selling a lot of the product, it was like, okay, it's gonna be worth it. Lena's company went down because of one bad client. That really sucks. It sucks because like I remember watching like their figure studio like early on, and I was like, they're doing really cool stuff. And I was like, maybe I can do this one day. But it was like, it's hard. Simple design for a pint glass topper. Oh my god. That's insane. Okay, ads are gonna play in a few moments. I'll try to not say anything too important, but yeah, I don't know. I can't even say like research a company before going to. I guess like look at it and like if it's low risk, try and you want to partner somebody, you can give it a shot. But like if you know if it seems a little suspicious or fishy, just like I don't know. I guess weigh the pros and cons of it if you want to like dip your toes in there. Oh man, I follow their streams right back. That's really cool. It's just yeah, I kind of it's a route I wanted to do at some point because I was like, well, if I'm getting into toys, I might as well like learn how to do it. But I think I'll just stick to printing my own projects if I ever do. I don't own a printer myself. Don't want to have to deal with that stuff either. But I still want to learn sculpting though for like people to like, you know, be able to print? Yeah. But with 3D printing though, because you can do like what is it? To save on resin, you can hollow out your figures too. It's just the cleanup of the little stems and stuff is really annoying. But yeah, I just I feel so sad. I feel so sad, and I just want everyone to like, God. I want things to work out, dog. Cause there's some really freaking cool projects out there, but who? What am I gonna do, dude? What are you gonna do? Also, tariffs like 100% fucked a lot of companies. So before I had information on like what was happening with NH, I was like, oh yeah, like anyone who's getting stuff manufactured either overseas. I mean, not even just overseas. It's for material in general. The cost of everything's going up for resin too. Like for like just for your printer, like yeah, that stuff's gonna go up too. FDM printing instead of resin printing might be the right way to go. FDM. Is that the filament stuff? Fuse disposition modeling. Yeah, I think yeah. It can cure nicely. Like I've seen it cured nicely before. I don't think it's like impossible. Like a lot of D&D figures get printed like that, right? But yeah, even right now, like I'm always a little tense. I think it's also why like I've made like a lot of stuff on my own because I'm like, well, I know how to talk to people on Alibaba. It's just like the shipping thing now, like it gets a little tricky. Because I don't want to use my own address. Resin is brittle and makes the figure really fragile. Yeah, and I guess if you paint it or if you work on that, like you don't want it to break. So that makes sense. Also, Bodega, didn't you just move? Did you finally like settle in? She's gone probably, but it's okay. She like did a big move and like freaking. You're packing your computer last? Oh my god. That's crazy. That makes sense though. I think I did something similar. Good luck though. You got this. That's the most nerve-wracking part of like moving. Can I use a PO box? I can, but I also really don't want people to know what state or city I'm in, because like with a PO box, although you're not giving your direct home address, that's still kind of like, I'm not really comfortable with giving that information. I think in the past I was like more open to it because I 100% used the PO box when I was doing shipping for my Etsy shop. And like maybe that's the paranoia speaking, because like I can't really think of big fans that would seek me out like that in person. But you know, better safe than sorry. If you got a PO box like 10 miles away, if you can. Oh, that's like so inconvenient though. That's my issue. Like if I want a PO box, I want it to be close by. Fair enough. Have them go to a big strong friend, and that friend send them for you. I don't know. I don't know. It's like something else that I'm really uncomfortable with. It's happened before. I mean, nothing like endangering, but like I've had people reach out to like, not like in a physical sense, but like I always worry about this. That people will go like to a second person that like knows me or is like related to me in some way and be like, oh, I'm so and so's friend. And like that's like that's a tactic that like like I guess you can say hackers like that as do use too, of like trying to get more information from somebody. But do not like, I think a big no-no for me is like, do not ever like go through somebody else to try to weasel your way into like, I don't know, getting more info about me. If it's just like a, hey, how is this person, like I think that's chill. But I think it gets a little suspicious like if you're trying to be like information hunting, I guess is the right word. But yeah, I'd rather be safe. But I think I have that fear too, where someone, a buddy who like might help me, might be like, oh, it's harmless information that I'm giving away. And then later I'll be like, no, actually, no, guys. Don't try to reach me out through somebody else. That's weird as fuck. Yeah. I rather, even though I'm like, cause I mean like something I've done too in recent years, like I'm like, oh, hey, contact me for work via email. And I have closed off like DMs and stuff, but it's like, it doesn't mean you should try and like reach other ways. I don't know. There's like exceptions, but you can always like ask on stream about like, hey, you know, if there's this thing, you can ask like about ways to like send me a thing like perfectly acceptable. Like if you want to send a funny meme and my DMs are closed, you can just add it to me on Twitter. So that's like really it. But yeah, I don't know. In recent years, I've been like, you know, privacy is really nice. I like, I like my privacy, and I like having my own life, and I like you guys having your own life. And that's cool. That's cool, right? It's really cool. I think I used to overshare a lot more too. I mean, people on the internet are weird. Best idea would be not to do it at all. Yeah. But if I decide to ever do merch again, like if I do want to do the PO box thing, I will. But yeah, right now I'm just like, no. No. I would make so much merch though. Like I'm telling you right now, I'd make so much Big Ham merch. I think one of the things, well, I don't know, like I think it comes with the territory of streaming, but like I think pre-streaming, I used to do a bunch of like fandom merch. And I think people at the time were just like, hey, I like this Overwatch character keychain. I think I'll buy it. And they didn't really like, I guess, go like, oh, have, you know, they wouldn't get the package and think like, haha, I have the artist's address. They wouldn't think that. I think it was just like, hey, I got a cool like fandom merch from this Etsy shop. That's cool. And it was kind of left at that. But now, yeah, now that I'm like I think it was like when I was streaming during that time too though, but it was just like I was so small, I was like, no one's gonna come out and get me. And I lived with 5 people at the time with roommates that could look scary if they wanted to. So I was like, it's fine. If they come to my front door, they'll just get a really weird look and leave. Let me save. I've been having programs just close on me all of a sudden. So I've been so careful with that too. Show model image. Okay. I might be over meshing this, but who knows? Yeah, I would make so much Big Ham merch like on my own if I was running the shop like through my own means. Because I have the knowledge of like how to ship stuff, how to make it nice, how to like, you know, print labels at home. But now that I'm not really doing it, I'm kind of like, well, I don't have a proper printer for this. Vai Brasil! Futebol e feijoada, caralho! Neurosis, thank you so much for the raid. Hold on, let me do the thing. Let me look cute. Hold on. Hold on, I'm thinking. Hi, thank you so much for the raid. Hello guys. I'm Big Ham, the largest gaming hamster on Twitch.tv, and a member of Nizelli Records. Hi, how was your stream, Neurosis? Go follow Neurosis. They got fun streams. That was the cutest toggle. Let me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. By Chenna Kitty, by the way. Shout out Chenna Kitty. Well, shout out Neurosis for raiding, and shout out Chenna Kitty for making this model a reality. Chenna did the art and the rigging. And I was like, yes, make it painterly. Smiles. I was telling chat that I would make so much Big Ham merch if I wasn't such a little bitch about my address. You're playing Splatoon Raiders. China plays that too. How are you liking Splatoon Raiders? Sploon. I saw you tweeting. I saw you. Is it not tweeting? I saw your Blue Sky post about gifting friends Void Stranger, and you're evil. You're evil for that. I'm just kidding. The game's good. It reminded me like, oh, I gotta go back to playing that game. But I have to allocate 20 hours of like dedicated stream time to it. If I'm gonna play Void Stranger again, I need to play it like with 20 hours within a week. Because it's brutal going back to those puzzles. You just want to watch the world burn. It's a good game though. It's really good. I want my silly Sokoban back. I want to get another ending. I want to get another ending and keep going, but I know it's going to be like stacked and stacked and stacked. I took a little break and I have been playing Signalis though, because I was talking to a buddy about Void Stranger and they're like, oh yeah, one of the characters' relationships is like kind of similar. Like they remind me of this character. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll play it. Signalis is really good so far. I'm not done yet though, so no spoilers, but I got to the part where it starts getting a little cool and I was like, oh, that's what the sauce is about. Because I'm not gonna lie, getting through like the first few boss fights, I like it, like what they're doing visually and a lot of the stuff in that game and like the world building, but I quite hate the combat. I quite hate the combat, but it's like, it's in the way that I would have hated combat in Silent Hill 2 while playing it. I Some of the items are really hard to see on the table at times. And I miss so much of the stuff. I go into old rooms and I miss things like all the time in that game. I think that's like mostly my beef. But yes, I'm like on my way to finishing Signalis. I think I'm getting close, but I'm not sure. But I'm not gonna look up how many chapters are left because I want it to be like a mystery to me, right? But it has been a little treat to play. Also, please go do your stuff if you need to. Neurosis. I don't want to call you Neuro because then people will be like, Neurosama? It's like, no, Neurosis. Neurosis BT, the cool one. The cooler Daniel. Sorry. Sorry to Neuro fans. I just... Don't look up anything about it? Okay, good. I'm really happy I didn't play it on stream, though. I'll say that. Neuro is good. Good. I was just like, wow, this is like a treat for me and myself, a nicey treat in the summer. You're gonna run? Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're just rigging, we're vibing. I'm chilling out. Also, I saw MCC. Did I miss the girlies in Overwatch? He did. It was just one match. I was literally about to stream and I saw Tapanya in voice chat alone. And so I cornered her. I was like, what are you up to? What are you doing? What are you doing alone here? And then Straub joined and then we played really quick. I was like, you'll have one Overwatch match. And it was a draw. It was a draw, but it was good. Quesadilla, yummers. Is it just normal? Not normal. Is there a protein with the quesadilla? Is there a protein? And if so, what? Were they toxic gamers? No. I almost yelled at Straub and Tippa once, but then I didn't. I'm just kidding. That's not true. I'm lying. That was a lie. That's a lie. I thought it'd be funny to say it. Yeah, nobody was toxic. No, I was toxic actually. At the end of the match, I was like, nobody wins. Blah 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 blah. That's it. Normal quesadilla. Wishing it was protein. Pico and guac. Nice. Big ham, big lie. No, I'm not. I've been a little toxic in like matches though. I'm missing some sassy comments I'm not proud of, frankly. Like if I'm playing a support and there's a Winston like jumping me in the backline and like the tank isn't turning around, I'm like, wow, cool new Overwatch patch. They made Winston invisible, huh? Like I'll say that shit. And that shit I know would like make me freaking upset. But then guess what? I won the match. After saying that, I won the match. Because sometimes telling people directly like what to do might make them angrier. So what you gotta do is incept the idea into their mind. It's like a type of mind control art, you see. You have to like be like, yeah. Start mentioning thing a few more times, not directly, and then they'll be like, oh, I guess I should kill the tank, the enemy tank that is just walking up to supports and killing them. Maybe I should do that. They'll say that. You can yell at me to get good in comp. No. I've had friends get upset. Like, I mean, like, rank points nowadays aren't like... It's not as big of a deal. Like, I might sound upset if, like, I lose, like, a common match, but it's, like, nowadays I'm like, oh, well. Like, I lose that match, oh, well. At least I'm doing okay in life. At least I wasn't gonna be like, at least I have money, but sometimes it is like that. I'm like, hey, I'm doing okay. Okay, something is not closed. Also, hi Minty, hello. Can be psychological with randos a little bit. I'll do a little bit of psychological warfare. But you generally don't have to. You don't have to do that. Generally don't have to do it. Okay, I'm kind of pissed because this isn't closing like I want it to. Is there an open hole somewhere on this mesh? Let me see, show modeling. Is it here? Oh! Okay. Yay! Okay. Now I can hit auto close, auto connect. Yeah, okay. Why do you play games to get stressed for real though? Yeah, right? I should just take a tip from Tapanian and play, I don't know, Fields of Mystria. I can't get into farming sims though. I don't know, guys. It's not because I'm like, oh, that's a baby's game. I'm just not into them. I'm really not, I don't know. I got into Stardew because it was fun playing with a buddy. But I think getting me to play it on my own, I get too anxious about not getting things done. I'm like, why am I not working right now? Why am I faking labor right now? Unfortunately, that is me. But then I can play like comp games or like, I don't know. Comp games aren't exactly teaching me any like valuable like real life skill either though. So I can't really use that as an excuse. I think just one of them makes my brain, my neurons activate a certain way. And I think if a game makes me sit a little too idly, it gets a little uncomfortable. Or I'm like, oh, I'm just making money slowly go up. But if there's a strat, I guess there's a strat that I know immediately to like be efficient, maybe it can be good. But yeah, like stuff like that in Factorio that like does not scratch the itch. Now Factorio might, I don't know. But that's like too much thinking. I want it to be a little brainless. I want to learn the method once and I want to be able to like reapply the technique over and over, I suppose. Overwatch is bad for your health. It is. And? Yes, and? I say that, but I love games that teach you stuff. Oh, who games to learn? A lot of people do. No? I should just play a game that reads me the newspaper so I can actually learn something about the world. Play a game that like forces me to actively engage with the news. Sounds like StarCraft, yeah. It's just like if they change stuff in the meta, maybe you gotta learn something new, but I don't. I really don't. And that's great. Man, meshing is like, really is like the chillest of activity I can do. You just read books now? That's what I gotta get into. I mean, like, sometimes books will give me the feeling that I'm doing nothing sitting there, but I just haven't read in a bit. But I like books because it takes me away from the screen. Like, I think I told you guys I did get The Shining. That one is pretty good. Shining is pretty awesome, but it's like I'm going through it very slowly. Because something for me that happens like when I read is I'll like my I guess my mind wanders sometimes when I read. My mind wanders and sometimes I lose my place on a page. And like I've been told by some people like just keep going, it's fine. Like if you lose your place on a page and like sometimes don't like some people don't bother to go back, and I was like, okay, I guess I could. Do you want a fun rec? Tell me a book you like, and I might read it. I thought about getting a Kindle, but it's like if I can't even get through a physical book, well, that's not true. I've read like a Stephen King novel prior to The Shining. I got one of his smaller novels as a warm up, and I was like, okay, let's read this, and I got through it, and it was all right. It was the one where like it's called The Body, I think. And it's these like kids who are just like, oh, I heard there's like somebody's dead body like on this side of the bridge. So they like the whole book they just spend time like going to the bridge. And I guess you learn a lot about like about them, but it's just that book was just okay. Rejection by Tony Tula Thimute is hilarious. Too meta for its own good. Oh, 2024 short story collection. Thai American writer. Okay. Short story collection. This might be good actually. There's a Reddit in the Google search results. Oh shit. The Google search results. The third Reddit thread says Rejection by Tony Tulethimute, the first truly incel novel. Interesting. It's a collection of interconnected short stories. Okay. Original Red Rising trilogy. What's that one about? Okay, Is this fantasy? I mean, I'm seeing a dude in armor in his YouTube thumbnail, so all the covers are really pretty though. Sci-fi? It's okay, I get that comment. Okay. I was just like, red flag or okay? I'm gonna do these Google searches. Well, let me make a PRF page so I remember. Hold on. Let me just make this so that oh no, my Google Chrome crashed. Dude, this keeps happening. This keeps happening. My Google Chrome just like, oh, it happened again. Oh, sorry, I'm reopening. Sci-fi fantasy, I see. I smell really bad, guys. But I'm gonna have the best workout today. More sci-fi than fantasy, but there are touches of it. I guess, do I like fantasy novel? I don't know. I remember trying to read. It's crazy because so many people love The Hobbit, but I remember it was too thick for me. Was it The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings? I remember reading one of them and I was just like, this is, I don't know if I'm built for this. Did I ever like The Backrooms? The movie? Yeah. I like The Backrooms. I enjoyed the Cinder books based on classic fairy tales with a sci-fi twist. The Cinder books. I'm afraid of Googling because it's gonna crush the Lunar Chronicle series. Damn. Yeah, for me, I think 200 page limit, like right now, is like good. I mean, like I wouldn't mind trying like a thicker book, but I'm like, I might try to go to my local library and see if they have any of these available. Or if I walk by and I'm like, oh, I see this thing, I'll read it, but I'm not gonna like buy. Although I like going to the bookstore and buying a book. It feels good. I feel like a poser because I don't read that much. Yes, but it does feel pretty good. Like, I don't know what's so good about it. I just like it. I just like it. I guess it reminds me of like back to school. I know some people are like, oh, don't like textbooks. Now just read when you can. The thing is, if I don't make time for it, I won't. Just like my music hobby. Just how like I should go back to a piano, but I won't if I don't make an effort. So The Shining, I told myself I'll finish it by the end of this year. And I'll move on to other things. Um, so if I don't finish it by the end of this year, people are allowed to yell at me and be like, "You're stupid. Finish it now." So that I'll finish for sure. I do want to read more. I mean, like, I think being well read is like a pretty good sign of intellect, though. Of like, you learn so many more words. You learn, I think you learn how to structure like how you speak better too, or like maybe around writing characters. Who knows? Um, I do genuinely think like reading characters in their monologues and how they think also makes me like think a little bit differently too, which is it's cool. Because I don't think in full sentences when I think in my head. The Lies of Locke Lamora. Yeah, I can't. Okay, let me say. I can't be typing stuff. I have to work, guys. There's an active timer in the corner. But thank you. One recommendation per user for now. One recommendation. So if a new viewer gives me a book rec, don't make it a Twitch alt to do this. Lies of Locke Lamora. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. I'm just like, I can't be alt tabbing to copy paste these books. I'll be a little strict about if I'm rigging. If I'm like playing a video game, I'm kind of okay with it. But if I'm rigging, I'm not gonna like pause to save the book. Putting down my burner account. No. It can live on. I just gotta find that book. Yeah, I will ask. I'll poke you, Zushi. I'd be like, I'll just at you on Twitter one day and be like, hey, give me recommendations. I just feel bad for being like so late to the game. I mean, can you blame me? You probably can, but like it's just I guess film and stuff is visual storytelling is like so much more compelling to me, but like also over the years watching movies and being like, man, they really crunched all that story into 2.5 hours and it didn't feel good. Like I think that makes me want to kind of pursue that's why like I've been thinking of like reading again. Of like that is a constant complaint about movies and it's just like, well, because the medium like it wasn't meant to be consumed in this medium. Movies can be good, but sometimes it's just like, well, this would have been better as a book. But yeah, as a downtime for not looking at your phone, it's good. But I can just get a sketchbook and draw, you know? It's hard to be a show off, but I could just do that. I could just be like, yep. Look at me, I can draw. Wow. Big drawer. That's me. Hmm. My TV has been having like a so much. I don't know why. I guess because like we have been watching like movie interview stuff. My algorithm got into the Robert Pattinson interview um pipeline. His face bends like crazy. It's so funny because over the years you got this like stoic Edward Cullen, and like I'm seeing him in everywhere, and he's like, even the Watch magazine we got at the store, I was like, cool Japanese watch magazine, and it was like Robert Pattinson jump scare. He's like everywhere. He's Gen Z? No, he's not. He's Gen Z? No. He's 40 years old. Wait. That's not Zoomer. Oh, you mean like is this 40 years old? Are you talking about the people that consume him? He's not Gen Z. -2 sushi shorts. You meant his interview? Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. I was like, my heart. No, yeah. He's like a really quirked up white boy. Like, I feel like I've been being fed like this false image of him for years, and like Twilight is to blame. And I know some people really love the movies, and it's fine. I watched two of the Twilight movies, and they're quite funny. Um, but I think I just had a misconception of him, and I'm ready to accept him. Yeah. I'm just like waiting for the moment where people are gonna be like, yeah, he's not cool anymore. Yeah, that guy, not fun, not fun. Like that happened to Tom Holland, and it makes me really sad because like I do like him in his like Spider-Man movies, but I think people got tired of him because they were like, yeah, he's only Spider-Man to me. Which I get, but I was just like, why all the hate? Have you ever read the story of how he dealt with a stalker and creepy fan? I think so. Like, was he on a date with a fan or something? He accepted it, but then he proceeded to be even weirder than the fan. Tell me the story again. I remember something vaguely like that. Someone was like, no, I know you think you're Gen Z. Oh, he just ranted the entire time. Okay, he complained about his life, right? My God. I think being a big complainer is a way of like getting people to step away. He took the fan on a date and she was so bored she stopped being a fan. Good. Yeah, it just makes you wonder about like all the celebrities that didn't really give a chance because I was like, they're whatever. Also, like I get interviews we watch for like the Odyssey interviews, like before like pre-release. I haven't watched the Odyssey still. I would like to. Anne Hathaway doesn't age. I don't know if it's because like I have a bias. She's like she's beautiful, dude. She's beautiful. I'm sure she's gotten work done, but I look at her, I'm like, oh my God, she looks the same. You look at but that was her in Devil Wears Prada, right? She looks the same. Oh, she's a beautiful vampire. Also, I wanted to watch. I told Bernard this because we caught oh, you showing me like a movie scene. I forget why. Maybe because we're looking at actors that were in same medias. I saw this actress that I also never gave a. I feel like I never gave her a chance or a proper like pedestal, or not pedestal, but like a proper look at. Keira Knightley, like, looks so beautiful in Parts of the Caribbean. I remember just being like, who cares? Where's Jack Sparrow? But like, I like we watched a clip and I was like, oh, she's so gorgeous in this. What the hell? And Bernard also told me there was a movie she was in where they increased her boob size in a poster. Or he was like, oh, they modified her boob size. And I was like, what? They made it, and like, You show. We saw the photo. I looked it up and I was like, did they reduce her boobs or did they make them bigger? I couldn't tell. And then I looked, I looked her up and I was like, oh my god, she's so flat. But I was like, respect. I was kind of shocked. She's like, she's a boobless creature, but like she's still like beautiful. Yeah, Pirates is beautiful. So now I'm like, I should rewatch the movies, at least the first two, because I have really fond memories of Pirates of the Caribbean. I think it was in middle school that it was coming out. She's flat in Pride and Prejudice 2005. I think that's what it was. I saw her in that clip from Pride and Prejudice, and I was like, oh my god. But there's fashion that looks really good on flat women. There's some shirts and looks like only they can pull off. And I think more girlies gotta embrace that. I gotta embrace that. You just have to find the right wardrobe. But I was like, oh my god. Like, nothing matters. She's so beautiful in this. What the heck? So, apparently she was so young in Pirates of the Caribbean. Wait, how old was she in Pirates? Kira. Oh yeah, she was. I forgot I saw her in Star Wars too, because she is not Padme. She's like the Padme's like backup. She's Padme's stunt double in the movie in the sense of like she pretends to be Padme, so Padme say she is Venom. She's Venom. She's the Venom to Padme. You always mix them up. They do look really similar, but she's prettier. She's prettier than Natalie Portman, I think, by a little bit. Both of them are like beautiful in their own way, but like I think she's like prettier. Not to pit like the queens against each other, but she is like I think a step above. How old was she in Pirates of the Caribbean? Pirates IMDb. No way. How old was she? They said so young. What do you mean? Was she like 18? The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. What in Gaijin? She's in a movie called Gaijin. Okay. Princess of Thieves, Oliver Twist, Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Okay. Where's Pirates? That's 2003. Elizabeth Swann. Keira Knightley. Age. Well, she's 41 right now. 1985. Wait. 2003. That's 1985. Oh, she was like literally 18. Holy shit. What? 17. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god. That's crazy. Holy moly. Goals? Apparently both Keira and Natalie's parents couldn't tell them apart when in Padme makeup. I'm not surprised. That's good though. That's good casting. Phantom Menace was a good movie. Maybe someone's gonna be like, I'm a real Star Wars fan and that movie fucking sucked. Was it good? I think it was good. I think I liked it. I'm trying to remember. Anything that has like Anakin pre-vadering, I liked quite a bit. Not as a baby boy though. It's a favorite of the prequels. I might have liked it. Is that the one where he gets thrown in the lava? Where he has this conflict, or is that the third one? Is it episode 3 that he has a conflict with you know? Is that the one? Angsty Anakin? Yeah. But a Duel of Fates scene in Phantom Menace was peak. Duel of the Fates. Is that the one? Anyways, I gotta go. Workout is happening. Let me pause my music. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, YouTube. I'm closing YouTube right now, and I'm gonna select a raid target on Twitch. Bye, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube, and then Twitch. Thank you. Have a good workout. Sorry I couldn't be here for too long, but